We spent $8,000 with the Gottman Institute, and I think it probably had little value. I don't even know how to put a number in it. I think there's some things about the Gottman Institute that are useful, but for where we were in our relationship, there obviously needed to be some fundamental things that needed to be addressed. And I'm not so sure that, well, I'm certain we didn't find them going through there, because all of this happened 6 months after taking the course with Don Cole, one of the Gottman Institute, supposedly John Gottman's right-hand man, with his program. And then, I found your program just by a lot of searching and reading because I found the Rebuilders book, and then the Rebuilders book, reading it led me to somewhere online. And then I found the workshop and we connected and I started it because I was just determined that I just didn't want to have this baggage from going through a divorce. But I think that, I can also say, with proceeding with Carl our approach would be to not have our baggage with us, to set down a new foundation for a different and healthier and stronger relationship. And I really feel optimistic about it. And I think that a lot of that comes from just the information in the workshop. I can tell you it's a lot of information, and there's no way you can grasp it all. You've got to find, I'm going to kind of find my own algorithm or work in progress pieces, because it's principles that you have to apply. It's no different than trying to learn a new skill. You can't think about the skill without practice in it. So there's got to be some practice to learn the information. Yeah, I think because there's some fundamental things that the class teaches that lay down just a foundation. And I think even just some of it is just recognizing things in your character. And that's just one, but there are a number of things, even in the ways we manipulate, or there's codependent behavior, recognized or not, that going through the class lay down a different type of foundation. But it's the fundamentals that you lay down, that are laid down in the class, that I think are just super powerful, because I know this, and I know that there are other people in my classmates that think the same thing. If we learned or knew these principles some other time, we wouldn't be where we are in our relationship now. And I can tell you, we've spent a lot of money on the Gottman Institute that is a completely different approach. The value, I don't think I could put a number on, but it supersedes the amount that we spent elsewhere. So not only am I thankful for the workshop, but I'm thankful for some other connections that I've made with people that I know will keep up with each other in going through the workshop. So that's just a bonus. There have been a few things in the past that I've gone, why did I even think I wanted to be like that? Because that served no purpose. And I had some of those, what I call aha moments through the class, because I saw it from a different perspective. So I know that this information is going to be even introduced to Carl from a different perspective. So it'll be fun to see how he extrapolates it and applies it. You keep in contact weekly. I think I clearly show that you guys care. The check-in pre and post to class, you do your check-in, you work through whatever the topic is, then check out, so to speak, with your feelings again. I think the format of the class is good. I think it teaches people to be in touch with their feelings, because most people aren't. And when you can recognize your feelings, that you can learn to recognize and control your behavior better. You're doing a great job. And I know that you're changing lives. And, for someone that works into healthcare, when you get that good feedback, it makes you feel good. You feel like you're doing something productive. So you guys are doing a good job. Keep it up.
Is this class worth it? What would you say to somebody who's thinking, I don't know, it seems like a lot of money?
If you're willing to put forth the effort, it's multifold worth its value. You're going to get information that you've not seen before. And if you've seen or heard some of it, it's going to be presented in a different perspective, or from a different perspective. And hopefully it'll be from one which the person that's looking will grasp. It's just not going to happen by osmosis. It takes some work and some effort. But you put in that little work, you're going to get your value back multifold. Because if you do the math and you look at it over a whole, it comes the hourly rate is so inexpensive, and you're dealing with people that have a considerable amount of knowledge that can help guide and direct. It's not an expensive program. It's very well worth it.